Hey everybody, morning, Don, channel member Rob, channel member Sergio, channel member Rex, channel member Arturo, Donald, Dan, Darren, Nikki. Good morning, everybody. Roland, Bob, Gaten, Sledge, Ted, Amy, Ivan, Tom, Frank, Cliff, Svenborn, Jason, Ryan. Welcome, everybody. I'm right here. This may be the single biggest list we've ever had. So, if you wonder why it took a minute, guess what? It's pretty crazy and scam likely. We're not going to answer that one. And welcome to the stream. It's pretty crazy. So, we've got a lot to talk about. This list is maybe the longest. There might be 300 tickers. I don't know. I didn't even let's see what it actually says. If I can, let's see. How do I find the list? Open list. There we go. Yeah, 393. So I was off by a little bit. So 393 tickers on the list this morning. It's going to take me a little while. Settle in. Wow, what a reaction, I tell you. Russell immediately started firing off last night as the challenger pulled ahead, and looks like it's going to be a lock, potentially. I don't think there's enough uncounted votes to sway the decision either way. So, looks like the market liked it, and Bitcoin breaking out to new highs, pulling back just a little bit. So, we will see what happens. And gold getting kind of raked a little bit here today. Maybe heading for that roadmap line after all. S&P gonna explode higher here. New all-time high. That's kind of like oxymoron, right? New all-time high. Just all-time high. All-time high. Yeah, it's doesn't have, saying new is, just repetitive. It's an all-time high. NQ, going for it. Can we push it on up today? That target's still up there, 21,490 roughly. I think we can do it. And it may rock and roll here today. NDX, we'll see what happens when the cash market opens. Probably going to rocket higher, that 21,150 area. Russell, look at this, baby. Go. We may be able to break out of the correction. Maybe able to make an all-time high. That would be pretty wild, actually, on Russell. I've been expecting this to correct, but apparently small caps loving the potential business environment that may be coming down the pipe. This is probably premature. Watch out for this to find resistance and turn down. I'm actually going to set a secondary alert right there. Watch out for this one. I was prepared for the downside, but I stayed long. If anybody paid attention, I stayed in all the longs. I stayed long Tesla, stayed long a lot of stuff. And Tesla rocking and rolling higher. Look at that pop. Went from 250 yesterday up to 280 this morning. Well on the way to the target zone right up here, 300 to 350 area. Looks very likely. And that's one of the top gainers right there. So I'm going to have to hustle through the list today. Bitcoin, tagging the, just coming up into the, we really need this to go on up to 79 to get continuation higher. That's really the bottom line. This stopping at 76, that's okay. We really need to see this get continuation though. So we need to hold above, not just make a spike and reverse. We need to get the frick higher and get some continuation. I like the enthusiasm, but we need continuation. So this was a perfect bounce potential. I did add some downside protection. I'll probably close that out, but looks pretty nice. Stayed long nearly all the crypto. Those accounts up just ridiculous this morning. So Ethereum still, look, this is still lower highs. This is caution right here. Lower highs. If we can't break through that, this can still do this. Still, well, I just drew a crooked line. Still can make a lower low than this point right back over here. This is important. If this can't break through the resistance, we can come right back down in here. Dollar. Look at that pop. Most of our worldwide currencies are suffering this morning, but yeah. It's kind of funny. Dollar pop, market up. That is counterintuitive, right? It's usually dollar drop, market up. But this next resistance zone right up here, we did bounce right off the roadmap line. That high, that low. Coming into the extension targets, next resistance zone right up there. And let's see if I can grab that text. No, cannot. Cool. Grab the text, grab the text, grab the text. Nope. Cool. I can't click on it. That's awesome. Nope, that didn't work. Cool. Love it. What the heck? There it goes. Ah, forget it. I'm moving on. I got too much stuff to do today. NKD, like I said, this one pops. Probably going up here. JPY, what was it? JPY USD. Other way around. USD JPY. Cool. All right, we're just gonna be super slow. Love it. All right. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna be able to handle this morning. This is the way this is gonna go. I'm going to kill that off and let's go at it again. I don't know what's about to happen. And let's see if it'll work. I never remember which way that goes, but it's JPY, USD JPY. Let's just go forex.com. And the yen is kind of plummeting, which is interesting. Like their market going up, but the yen is going down. This is US dollar becoming stronger. Right there. We're seeing that all across. Euro. So whichever one's first is the one that gets stronger as the chart goes up. So euro getting weaker, dollar getting stronger, and that can go down pretty significantly further. Right there. Interesting. We don't usually look at forex, but there you go. So that's all over the place today. All right, what's moving? I pulled everything moving $2 or more up and $2 or more down. And this is a lot of stuff. So United Rentals, hey, we're going to build stuff. Build back better, build better bread business, and, whatever. The SNL skit, kind of making fun of there. And, yeah, looking good for... it's funny to me, they're not even in, the administration doesn't even switch till like January 20th. So we've got the rest of November, the rest of December, half of January, almost 2/3 of January before the administration switches over. But all this stuff is ripping today. Talk about front running the potential. So we may pop and get a pullback when this kind of runs out in the coming days. Now, big risk, FOMC coming up tomorrow, 2 p.m. That's the big thing this week. Maybe bigger than this. We could reverse it all tomorrow. That's the scary thing here. So make sure you're aware at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Remember, the machine's still in charge. The machine can still do what it does. So be careful. Be careful. The puppet masters still have the strings, if you will. And before we get into too many trades, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation is intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining. Hopefully you're entertained. And I may never get another prediction right again. So all trading involves a substantial risk of loss means don't buy stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. Don't long them, don't short them, don't trade them. Unless you have a good plan and then, you can back your own decisions, all right? If you're just like riding along, trading paper. If If you desire personal financial advice, you need to hire and consult a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do or what to get into or any of that stuff. Like, I'm not even suggesting you get into any of these plays. Just sharing stuff I might be doing, ideas, and ways to cover yourself, as we were talking about yesterday. But looks like the pop was 5% up. It looks like what we're going to do. So, you know, similar move, opposite of last time. So, URI, probably going to go up to 872 on the upside. BLK, BlackRock, boom, target. That was a big target right there. Probably 1100. UNH, probably going to look at that perfect bounce off the roadmap line. Gave you no entry, no conservative entry. 618 on the upside. GS, golly, my nose itching. GS, rocking and rolling. Extension target 563. Craziness. Tesla, target zone coming up here. Not that far away. I know Rongamer's happy this morning. He was already sending me messages. He's been feeling not great, been sick, but he was definitely excited to see that this morning. And Humana, we are under the roadmap line, may bounce down. I'm hustling because the list is so long. So we're going to have to burn through some of these. Otherwise, we'll be here till like noon. And MDY, yeah, crazy. This is not like, this is a mid-cap 400. Rocking and rolling higher. 612, probably upside resistance. CRL. Wow. Potential bounce right there. That was a 3-wave into the low. Let's see. Bounce potential. This one could go up to 300. Man, this is gonna, there's gonna be so many alerts. What did SMCI do? I'm just curious. Oh man, look at that, down in the 20s. Oh, what did I tell you? Look, it's about to be in the 10s. Holy moly. Wow. MSTR. Where we at? Not as high as I would have envisioned. Man. PDD. Oh man, what was PDD? I'm like ADD right here. PDD getting whacked back down. God, so many alerts. Look at that. I already got. Man, I can hear him going off. Like, wow. It's probably going to overwhelm my system. Probably have to fix Apollo. Like, this is probably too many alerts for the system to handle. This reminds me of the FOMC meeting back in May or whatever it was. We had 35 entries in one day. This is probably going to be ridiculous. If you can ride along, good luck. See how we're doing over here. Ooh, close to breaking higher. We want to see this get above that. Continue up to the target. NDX. Yeah, see, we're not quite as spicy as we were a couple weeks back. Not yet. Need some continuation. SPXO. That one's already at, look at that, already at the 1272. Wow. SPX cruising on higher. 1618 on up there at 6,000. We could be up there today. That would be absolute nuts. We could be there today. Holy moly. This is wild. Apple, not really doing much. So many alerts. So many alerts. All right, back to what I was talking about. And DPST. Boom. Watch out for that to pull back. Cat. That makes me that one makes me nervous right there. That pullback happened in the middle of nothing. Possibly 423 up there. Powell Industries. Rocking and rolling higher. Just the odds of getting a pullback are elevated now with all these extensions. So be careful as we head into FOMC tomorrow. DJT halted. It's probably halted up. Halted up, halted down. That was a nice bounce. We close above that 618. Probably coming up here to 57.61. Could do it in one day. Could be up there today. So just remember, today's going to be a wild ride. So be careful. Careful out there. The account you save may be your own. Be careful. QLYS. I have no idea what these guys do. Package software. That looks like a dead chart. Gonna have to get above this consolidation over here. Back above 175 to go up to 219. Never heard of. I don't remember ever hearing about this company, but $144 a share. Not too shabby. But it's been sideways for years. Just kind of topped out. Waiting. Coin. Nice measured bounce potential. Ooh, right at the breakout. This one could get spicy really quickly if we can get continuation in crypto. You'll be looking at that 302 area pretty easily, and that corresponds with the 1.1448 extension. Like that looks like the operative target right now if you're going to go long Coinbase. I have CONL as my way to play without playing options. That decay. And looks like trading view is just going to be slow. SQ. Nice. SQ breaking higher. See that? Let's go back to that in a second. Yeah, Connell, my way to play. This doesn't confirm till we're all the way up here above these highs. And 97 could be the target. Pretty wild. Go back to SQ. Look at that. We get the close above that resistance today. Square can be on the way to 92, 96 up there. I've been waiting for that one. Put me another alert on here. Remind me to maybe grab a piece of Square. Yeah, I'm kind of skipping all over the place here. See the alerts fire off. Things I've been waiting for a long time. All starting to hit true. Been waiting for that one for, gosh, since early summer. Apollo's going like crazy. Echo Trade's going crazy. I don't know if Triple Threat's going crazy. Usually on big up days, Triple Threat kind of chills out a little bit. It does take some pullbacks to fire off. All right, FAS. Wow. Look at that. What a pop. That would not have been tradable for me, probably. It's at the 1618. Be careful. We could go to 170, but probably going to pull back. This is a lot of things indicating we might get a pullback. All right, just be careful out there. Coin firing off again. Clearing all my alerts. DFS, look at that. Holy moly. Is there merger with Capital One still on? Somebody let me know in the chat. Please use complete sentences and tell me what you actually referenced if you answer my Discover question. And Capital One is supposed to buy Discover, but I don't know. Maybe they're thinking that merger is going to go through. FNGU, upside 604, INTU, Intuit, just chopping. Look at that nastiness. Even though we're popping today, that's just nasty. Sideways action since January, February. Oof. There's Capital One doing the same move, hitting the target. 192, 205 above that. MasterCard. And this one topped out already. Be careful. This may pull back. ETN. That's hitting the target. Be careful. Remember last time we started doing this, several months back in like the summer when we were hitting targets on everything, we got that big pullback in August. So be careful, all right? Like it's time to start booking profits. Like, yeah, it's great, but continuation may not. Like, we have a giant risk tomorrow. And continuation is not guaranteed. There's never a guarantee in the markets. Except that if you're stupid, they'll take your money. That's pretty much guaranteed. And PKG coming up into the 3618 at 249. Wild. FOMC. Vulcan. They have a bunch of quarries here. Vulcan Materials. Up to extension. Possibly 310 above that. LMT. And we could blow off. Like this is the blow off top scenario that I was warning about. All right. This is if we blow the top out of this thing, go to 66,000 to 6,600. That's what scares me. All right. So if we start blowing off and we just go ripping higher, we're going to run out of airspeed and come right back down. That's what scares me. All right. I was thinking the right thing, just the wrong timing, possibly the wrong catalyst, if you will. We love stories, right? What's the reason we're going to do the blow off? Because it was kind of in the charts that we were going to do it. That's why I was just guessing whether it was big tech earnings. Looks like it might be the election, might be FOMC tomorrow. Helps propel this thing higher. Deer is just chopping for 3 years. Golly, just doing nothing. Just a big range too, all the way down to 286, all the way up here to 450. Just stuck kind of in the upper end of the range, but be careful. That does not look like constructive price action. That's not a trend. It's sideways to down, so be careful. VGT, Vanguard. If we can break through the extension targets, right there, 626, 640, PNC. Look at that. We're barely even started in the list. We got a long ways to go. And upside targets, BRKB, potential bounce. That could be the end. Would have looked better if we actually touched the roadmap line. If we can get above this high right here, probably cruising on up to 49, 494. IWM. Yeah, look at that. All the way up to that 1272. Watch out. This thing may... Oh, man. Watch. Let's just clean this one up. Look. We are still below that high. This thing can pull back in a vicious manner right there. We did the high probability thing. Got the 1272. Actually, it was off of that low. Watch out for the pullback. This thing can violently, like this is still lower high. This is still very overlapping on this move up. This thing can roll pretty violently. Visa extension. Wow, look at that extension target hit. That one, man, that's fully the target now. Anybody that had one opportunity here, another opportunity to buy here, and there's the target. Visa's played out. MTB. Yeah. That one may retrace. JPM. At the extent. Wow. Dang. I'll put that target up there and boom. What's next? Maybe a pullback. Be careful. STLD. Bounced off that. Retraced. And do we go for the 165? Possibly. IVV. Like 602, next upside. OIH. Vanek oil. Oil's getting a little bit wrecked today, so be careful on oil. Oil not, I mean, that was a valiant recovery there, but probably going to retrace. If we hold the higher low and turn higher again, that would be good, but oil getting wrecked a little bit, so I'm not sure what we got going on here. Just hype train. We may go into a withdrawal fit here. That turning down there can result in a lower low. Caution, DIA, extensions. That is a weird sound, whatever's going on outside. And sound like something grinding on the asphalt with a motor. Anyway, SPY, 599 potential upside. HRI, Herc Holdings. That pullback from back there. We're at the extension. 275 maybe on the upside. SFM, Sprouts Farmers Markets. Watch out. This looks as dangerous as SMCI. See this going vertical, right? Watch for this. And when we break below that, it's going to pull back. Watch out for that. I don't know if it's doing it from here or somewhere up there on up. Eventually, this is going to do some sort of pullback. We don't just go vertical. They didn't just take over Amazon or something like that. Whole Foods. All right. Be careful. MSTU. That's leverage MicroStrategy. As I told you yesterday, if you want to get a piece, that was a good opportunity. You'd be up 20 bucks a share right now. Let me know in the chat if you did that. LABU. That's the resistance. Still lower highs. Be careful. On biotech. VU. Extension up at 550. We talked about all these. Gosh, what was it back in August when we did this bounce? How we set these all up. Pretty nice PGR. Potential to come down here. SPXL. Watch out. That can be playing out. At the 1272. 190 would be the upside there. AXP. 297. MSTY. Now be freaking careful playing that one. This is not the one to be in. All right. They pay out the NAV. All right. They pay their dividend in NAV. This is like, this chart is not looking like the MicroStrategy chart. We're not at all-time highs. Be careful. MSTX, MSTU are the ones to be in for leverage. This one is not leveraged. This is an income strategy, and this is basically what Lehman Brothers was doing when they blew up. All right. Be careful. Bulls right to the breakout level. If we can break higher, 215. That'd be a massive opportunity for that rock and roll right there. MS. Boom. Extension targets. Man, that's just crazy. 132, possibly 138 above that. ISRG. And just extending and extending. No target there. Spot. If we can break out, 434. The upside looks like we're pulling back. May come back to the roadmap line before we can gather support to go higher. WTFC. And that's funny. It was on the poppers list. Now it's on the decliners list. WTFC. Wintrust Financial. Boom. DJT warrants. Be careful. That turned down at the resistance. That can go lower low than what we had right there. CB. Chub. It was popping. Now it's dropping. Roadmap line. URTY. And see, we're starting to see some weakness in the Russell stuff. BX, Blackstone. Hitting targets. Retrace. CVNA. Watch for the retrace. It's popping up, but watch, like that went exponential, right? You see it, the bubble pattern. If we start shopping here, don't make a higher high, break down, watch out. So that pattern right there. It could come all the way back down here. VUG. Vanguard Growth. Looks like we're playing that one out. That high, that low. 402 probably on the upside. DJT halted again, Sledge says in the chat. Halted down this time. That turned down at resistance right there. Watch out. If you don't know what that means, be careful. Just because the challenger won and this is his social media baby doesn't mean that that won't happen right there. Possibly even extension down to 6. Watch out. Bye. That's another one I would be very cautious on. Wow. Holy moly. That's a 2618. That's getting to be like 20% of moves. Can do that in one big go. Coming back to the roadmap line or even deeper. Back to the breakouts. Oh, drawn sloppy. That's why they come back. Like, if you ever wondered why it comes back like this, that's the breakout, right? Usually that's like where we hit the top, hit the top, hit the top. Like we try to grind through, we break out, do this big thing, kind of consolidate here, and come all the way back down and test the breakout before we can get another move again. Happens on a big scale, happens on a little scale. All right, it's the same pattern I'm always talking about, coming back and, even on the little bitty moves when we come back and test the breakout, it's the same kind of pattern playing out. JB Hunt, stuck in the sideways, ANET, popping up to the target, 428. I'm not doing anything. I'm protecting profits. Should we is the wrong question. All right, should you do anything? If you're asking that question, you're asking for financial advice. It's not what I do here. Go hire somebody. If you thought that's what I was doing here for you, I'm sorry to tell you, it's not what I'm here for. Just pointing out the potentials. You got to figure out how to make your own decisions. That's hitting the resistance target. Next one up, 240. XSD. Can this blow off and keep blowing off? Heck yeah, it can. Can this remain irrational longer than you can stay short? Heck yeah. I mean, that's the way the market works. Semiconductor ETF, not participating on XSD. USD, not really participating either. SOXX, not really participating. SOXL, really not participating. Semiconductors, not showing, not passing the mustard there. Back to XSD, not so sure on semiconductors. Not showing strength. Netflix, probably topping out. Watch for a retrace. MIDU, that one could be topping out. Hit the 1272. Watch for retrace. CIA. Hey, there's Wrongamer. Glad to see you, my man. Hope you're feeling better. And CEIX. 124 on the upside. QQQ. Come on. Get to the freaking target already. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. 514. 524 above that. Finding significant resistance. Trying to break through the prior high. Come on. Just do it. I'm long TQQQ. Looking for this to break out and make an extension. Would really like to see that. Not happening so far. QQQ needs to do it. CrowdStrike at the resistance. If we can break through, fill that gap, upside 427. spaghetti. I mean, S&P Global Incorporated. Potential bounce right here. Fill that gap. Potential upside. Notice it's down. It was on the gainers list. Now it's not. APO. Wow. That high, that low. We're at the 272. Holy bananas. Wow. PANW. Oh, baby. Come on. Hit that 400. Get it. Get it. I've been long this since back here in February. So close now. Come on. Just do it. Just finish that baby up. Been looking for that one for a long time. I'm in shares of that. ADSK. Rocking and rolling. Potential breaking out higher. This setting the stage for 376 up here. Right here. Bigger picture. Longer time frame. Possibly out a ways. We may get a pullback in between there. I mean, this could be rallying up. Pull back a little bit before we get up there. So this can take out all next year, potentially, to get there. UDOW, Ultra Dow. Oh, I'm long U Pro. Oh, baby. Look at that. Right to the target. Beautiful. I bought that. When did I buy it? Last week? Can't remember which day last week I bought it, but beautiful. All right, what was I on? UDOW. LAN. Potentially bouncing. Potentially. Not holding the pop, though. Caution. EMR. Boom. Extension. Holy bananas. 133 above that, but that could be it right there. Yesterday it gave you the tell, and there's the target. TNA. What a volatile sucker lately. That could be topping out. Bonds are rocking higher, and that's kind of a little bit of a scary thing. MSTX, here's you know the other one. This could possibly be breaking higher. MMC. Probably wants to hit the roadmap line in full. SONN is a giant dumpster fire with a reverse splits. VTI. God, we're not even a third of the way through. Crazy. Wall. Lower high. Be careful. That needs to hit the roadmap line. HON. That could be the bounce. We came up shy of the 223 target last attempt. Retraced fully to the roadmap line. Higher low. Sits up 225. Edges up the upside target a little bit on that one. Resistance right there. 215. TROW. Nice potential bounce. Target 125. Not quite there. Not quite breaking out. PRU. Prudential. Yeah, we're just going to go higher now. Looked like it wanted to retrace more deeply, but nope. We're just going to go on up. 131, 134, possibly 142. CRM has set the stage for going higher. Potentially all the way up to 400. IJR. Let's do this one from that high, this low. 125, 130. SYF. Wow. Synchrony. All the way up there at 65. Blew that last pullback out of the water. This right there. Be careful. We're getting near the 1618. 767. Could go on up to 84, but we're gonna have to have a pullback. This is looks like we're setting up for a pullback. I may liquidate off some stuff today. The market may be telling us we're gonna get a pullback in FOMC. It could just blow off even higher tomorrow, but it's looking like we're setting up for a pullback. App. here, potentially bouncing, but that's finding resistance at the roadmap line. Right there. That can go lower low. Yang. As I said yesterday, that was a reverse split. And probably going to keep on the declining asset train going lower. I mean, look, even though China's been down, this thing keeps dropping. So this thing is not performing. Not doing what it's supposed to do. The leverage is eating this thing alive. NXPI, despite being on the poppers list, probably still on the path down here, this 180 area. FLUT, lower highs. Despite the pop today, probably heading down to the roadmap line. Connell, like I said, if this can maintain the breakout, the actual indication on this chart is all the way up here. But coin, if it can hold on to, oh, it's getting retrace. And that means Bitcoin probably giving it up a little bit. Yep. Not holding on to everything. Pulling back out of the all-time high. We need that continuation. TLN. That looks like it wants to retrace. ADBE. Still in a downtrend. Still probably needs a deeper correction. Now, can it break out of here? Yeah, it's got to break the gap fill to go higher. And above that resistance right there to get that 662. I wouldn't really be expecting much on the upside till we're above the roadmap line at the minimum. But that can still, I would expect it to go lower. Still expect that to go down. CVS, nice pop, but that's still stopping at the roadmap line. Caution. Wells Fargo, nice pop, big red candle, has not been able to break above that. So the three wave up here has not gotten all the way up to the target yet. We can get on up to 88. We can pull back and go higher. That turning down there, caution, we may come all the way back down to the roadmap line. IBKR, Interactive Brokers. Potentially topping out there. Nice move. KKR. Another one potentially topping out. Higher high. 165 potential upside. HWM. Potential to retrace. DDM. Potential to retrace. Cash. Potential to retrace. GE. Yeah, look at that. Didn't hit the roadmap line. Not showing super strength. This may be indicating some weakness. Sector rotation out of GE. RVLV. There's the bubble pattern. What are we doing now? I don't know. We got this resistance right here. Gonna have to break above it. Otherwise, we may just continue chopping sideways. Not for me. ZS, lower highs. Even today, lower high. Caution. Remember, semiconductors weak. XLY. Watch out. Remember what I talked about yesterday about NVIDIA yesterday morning. Be careful on that. Like, that thing can blow out. XLY. Nice. Next upside target 212. But this is looking a little played out. Amazon. Oh, baby. Come on. Get that little extension. $7 more. I'm going to GTFO. STT. Looks like that's playing out into the resistance. BTCO. Invesco's Galaxy Bitcoin ETF. Can we hold the breakouts or do we retrace? Basically you just watch the Bitcoin chart for that one. And VTWO. Right to the targets. Look at that. We talked about that one all the way back here in August. There it is. Boom. Took a little while. UPRO. I was talking about that one hitting the targets. Probably need to go close that. MDB. If we can break through the roadmap line, target way up here, but not looking too hot. This may turn down and go lower low. Citibank, Citigroup, hitting the target off the roadmap bounce. Beautiful. That just classic. Can go higher, 71, 76, but watch for the retrace. Oracle. Nice. Now this one is like an AI catch-up trade. We may see this explode higher in the coming days. It's not really gone exponential in a big way. So I've heard this is like the next wave of AI trade. 204 would be the next upside potential. Maybe even on up at 238, 294. PITR, PTIR. Get the letters in the right order. PLTR, 2x leverage. That, man, what is that thing doing? Breaking on through. Cruising on higher. 54, as I said yesterday. 67 above that. Nice. PITR. Nope, PTIR. UMW. Or UWM. I can't get them in the right order. Look at that. That's an Ultra Russell. And while Russell's kind of hanging out up here, this one hanging out down below the 618. That's why you got to be careful on these leveraged tickers. HODL. HODL. Let's be honest here. This looks like the bubble pattern. Be careful. RSP. Back to the roadmap line. LYV. So much for them, like, getting an antitrust lawsuit, right? That thing probably going to break out and go higher. Looks like the antitrust lawsuit was just a buying opportunity. 136, 144 on the upside. CMA. I don't like that chart. That's not trending. It's just sideways for years and years. ITA. Looks like we may be coming back to the roadmap line. VTV. Potential little expansion there. Not really giving us any trade. 179. Looks like SMLR. SMLR. Yeah, I got that right. SMLR. Choppy sideways. I wouldn't touch it. BKCH. It's choppy sideways. I wouldn't touch it. ILMN. That low, that high, that low. Remove that. Turning down here is not bullish. Be careful. That big correction right there can result in a lower low right down here. Resistance levels, roadmap line, and right there. Or support, I guess you could say, since it's below us. Support levels right there. IBM. Nice potential retrace. Back to the breakout level. Zone. We can hold that. Can go higher again. Could go cruising on up 245, 257. It's a healthy pullback. 242, 246, 257. Yeah, confluence at the 257 at the moment. KBWB. Just blowing up higher. That high, that low. Could take us up to 81.56. MSFT. Be careful. If that can break through, we can go on up to the 480. Unclear for Microsoft. FTAI. Watch for that to retrace. Global Payments. GPN. I was going to say Groupon, but I don't know if that one's even a ticker anymore. That's lower highs. Not so sparky. IHG hitting extensions. Yeah, there's Groupon. That's a nasty chart. FERG is lower highs. gonna have to close above that 618 to indicate we're going on up to 231. Dust. It's not looking very strong here. NEM continuing to be soft. Gold, of course, gold and silver getting whacked a little bit today. Going for the roadmap line, looks like. Bummer. DLTR. Going down. Big dust. TXN. 217 on the upside. COHR. Watch for that to retrace. XLI. Watch for that to retrace. CRE or KRE. Hidden extensions. That could break on up higher though. That high, that low. See, we're closing above the 618. We've got that resistance. Once we clear it, right there, sets the stage for 84, possibly 90 on the upside. AIG. That does not look super bullish to me. Doesn't look like we're trying to get continuation higher. BFH. Boom. Target. Some of these just gapped up to the target. And maybe 63 above that. IR. Ingersoll Rand. And it didn't really give you any opportunity here. And taking a while to calculate the roadmap line. Such a simple thing, and yet, yeah, right to the extension 205, 105 above that. TSLR, 2x leverage on Tesla. Nice pop, lower high, caution. TSLL is my weapon of choice. Nice pop, but getting a retrace. Jump back up here, BK. Watch out, that's extending. 4 is not looking. I mean, maybe that's just going to keep hovering in that channel. Like, that's nothing special going on there. Do have this all-time high situation to contend with when we get there. TRMB. Tremble. Oh, Tremble. I was like, wait, yeah, it's the right logo even. Yeah, so these guys make surveying equipment. Land survey type equipment and navigation equipment. Resistance right there. 105 if we can break above. Zion. That's the lowest low. So this pullback, I'm not sure means anything. Potential to go on up to 82. ARC B. Trying to get the continuation higher. BWXT. Watch for the retrace. ICE. Watch for the retrace even deeper. Roadmap line not far below us. IWF. Upside 392 if we can get there. TMOS. T-Mobile. That may be topping out. Be careful. That can retrace back to the roadmap line. It could go even higher. I mean, we could extend that baby on up to 400 even, but looks like we might. Now, that all said, the SpaceX test direct to T-Mobile in Florida during Hurricane Milton came out very, very positive, and there is potential that this can get rolled out in a big way and direct to satellite direct to phone communications with phone calls and everything. This can go higher. This is not like Apple's satellite communication, just text. I mean, this has phone calls and everything. These are SpaceX satellites that can go direct, Starlink satellites, direct to cell phone. We could have global T-Mobile coverage with regular old handsets. Like right there, 5-year-old phone. KBE. Nice potential pop. It didn't require any special anything. They were using T-Mobile's frequency. 64 on the upside. LEU. Watch for that one to retrace. BitX. 2x leverage on Bitcoin. Trying to break through the downtrend. Can we hold it or do we fold it? Like to see that one go, but that looks pretty bad. Obviously, they're struggling with the leverage. You know, if Bitcoin's making an all-time high and this one's just hanging out down here, struggling with the leverage. Leverage eating that one alive. EETH hanging out under the roadmap line. GNRC, Generac 191 on the upside. Watch for the retrace. TECL. Yeah, if we can break through this resistance, looks like upside 121. See, it's not all roses and everything. You have to be careful where you're going to put your money. And snow, not showing the reversal yet. Be careful. That can still drop. BPOP. I don't know if I've ever looked at this chart. Resistance at that's 10:15 already. Apple firing off. BPOP resistance there. We're only halfway through. UAL. Watch for 95 potential. GO potential 20. I have no idea how many people are on the stream. My thing's not working. Yeah, thanks, Gaten. PANW. Hopefully that actually hits 400. HCC. Downtrend highs. Be careful. I bet that's the wrong HCC. We're cold. There, that's the right one. 78. TSLT. Watch for that target area. That's 2x leverage on Tesla. Not sure that one's going to play out. Like some of the leverage stuff just doesn't play out the right way. That's why I caution that leverage charts not always the best ones. 67 on FBTC, Fidelity's Bitcoin, AFL. Watch for that to retrace. AFLAC, BitU, Ultra Bitcoin. And be careful, that one, again, while Bitcoin's sitting right at all-time highs, this one's still sitting down here. Be careful. Google, if that can break that high we had last week on earnings. Rocking and rolling, 198. CHR, 102 on the upside. SPYU. Leverage on, is that 4x leverage? Holy, I didn't even think that existed. Wow. That's a 4x leverage. I thought 3x was the most it was. 4x leverage on SPY. I don't know, Bank of Montreal. No, that's the sponsor. That's SP, yeah. On SPY. Holy fudge muffins. That thing could explode higher. 50, 52. BA. Oh. Did we get the lower low? Not yet. No, that's it. Look at that. Such a strong day, but BA making the lower low. Look at that. Got another one right. Watch for this to dip a little further. This can be done, though. Like that was the minimum requirement right there. I said for days that we were probably going to get a lower low. There it is. Right there. So now we need a like a long tail. Need a candle that looks like this. Colored in. Need that right there. Reversal. If we just continue down, don't try to catch the bloody knife and lose a limb. OMF, 72 potential. RTX, watch for that to continue back down to the roadmap line. TQQQ, as I've talked about a few times, we want to see this rock and roll on up to 90. TJX, not sure that can get out of here. That's lower highs, maybe on a trip down to the roadmap line. Right there, Google, again. Got to break that high from last week. GOGL is a better performing chart than GOG. It's the Class A shares versus the Class C shares. Class A shares tend to perform better and follow my targets better than the Class C shares. MetLife. Let's just clear that one off. And potential for that to have bottomed. At the resistance, that gap down. 88 above that. If we get the move up through that SSO, looking for upside targets, and we may retrace USD, looking just stuck at this resistance. We've got that gap down. We're going to have to get through it to go higher. That's why semiconductors, I'm just big question mark there. UPST, if I can get their collective crap together on semiconductors, we can go higher. Upstart, that could be topping out right there. Giant gap down over here. Tried once, couldn't even get there before. Trying a second time, still got a lot of resistance to go to get higher. CTAS, 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 looks like it wants to retrace. That's kind of been straight up, although we're going to build stuff in America. Cintas is one of the uniform companies. Veritas is the other one. This one, VSTS. And that one's definitely not performing today either. This used to be R-Mark. And Vanguard. Wow. What's a high dividend? That's not a high dividend. Full of crap. High dividend at 2.8. Are you kidding me? That's not a high dividend. High dividend is like 8%. IBB. Biotech. ETF. Caution. That may go lower. LB. Landbridge. Just going straight up. No, nothing to predict. GBTC. Grayscale. Look at that. Bitcoin breaking highs, but this one not. Quite there. But they did spin something off and ate some of their NAV. So SQ. Come on, baby. I may go long square if we can close up here. If we get above that, I'll probably get a long. You may say, well, how long? How much time do you think we might need on that? So let's talk about it. March would be the minimum. 73 bars, so 150 bars. And probably gonna be June or July. Probably July. If there's something for July. I'll have to go look. That's probably the time frame I'm gonna look for, because then that allows it to come on up, get a retrace, and do that. BST. Yeah, nice. Nice, Tom. If anybody nailed anything, let me know. VST, I know this is running long, way long. And VRT, targets, CFG. Resistance here. This is what you get when you have 393 tickers on the list. Resistance right there. If we can close above this stuff, which we're right there at it. It looks like 61 on the upside. XLK. Trying to sift through and find the opportunities. There's lots of stuff played out. XLK has that opportunity, 245. ANF. Oh, that one's not looking so hot still. I'm not sure that's an opportunity right now. VDE. Vanguard Energy. And not the opportunity I'd be looking for. MPC, still working on that potential correction. QQM, 212, QLD, still has the upside target at 114. FitB, Fifth Third Bank. That one still has upside potential if it can get going. 54, USB. Now they could be playing out the move off the low. But if they can actually get going, close above this resistance here, we could see 68. I gotta go look at another chart real quick. Oh yeah, baby. My mom has like thousands of shares of this that she inherited. You see that dividend payment? It's like the high yield, whatever that was, though. Whichever that one up here that was a high yield SPY or Halo. 67.95 SOXX. Resistance right there. Defense. Defin. Nice pop, but that may be, look, here's the 618 level right there. I could see it before I drew it. That's why I was like, that's why I drew it. This may be set up for. Think about it, Trump and Elon talking about cutting wars and spending. Not great for the machine, the defense machine. Maybe like, well, Republicans are good for the military. True, but not good for the war machine. That's where the big money's spent. 59. EWBC. It's just different military, I guess you might say. $109. SMH. Still at resistance. MCD. Probably still gunning for the roadmap line. TFC. Man, what a crazy consolidation there. That high, that low. 46 on the upside there. TFC, NASDAQ. Playing out to extensions. Watch for the retrace. That can come right back down. That's not IndieX. That's the company NASDAQ that runs IndieX and all the, that's the listing. That's the stock market company. That's IndieX itself. That's the index. This is the company right here. We're popping, now retracing. APH. So don't get too confused there. Potentially going to extend that one on up. 73, 75. Kava. Watch for that one to come back. Still thinking that's going to do that. XLV. Hey, Wolfens, good morning. And that may be still looking for lower. Rambus is still lower high and in a jam. IJH. Excuse me. And that high, that low. 67 up there. TTD. Yeah. TTD right there. 125 next upside. We had 393 tickers on the list today, and we're still burning through them. D-Dog. Oh, man. That's still the bubble pattern potentially playing out, and we could go lower. The XYZ. Well, that's the nastiest chart I've seen today so far. I wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't touch that at all. TMV is not the kind of chart that looks super bullish. It looks like it may, that's lower highs and may get continuation lower here. Watch out for that right there. WSC. Sideways, choppy, nasty. For years now, just sideways. CNI. For being a popper, now it's potentially breaking down lower. XBI. Biotech. Lots of biotech was strong, but it's not breaking above the recent resistance and may get the pullback. Triple M, 3M, Probably gunning for that roadmap line. SPMO. S&P momentum. Watch for this to retrace. VLO. Valero. Still in a downtrend. TSLL, like I talked about, that's now retracing, giving up. We're giving up some of these gains. So the excitement is waning a little bit. And sideways on ENG, EOG, LNG. Wow. $202, upside resistance, IYW. 164, CXW. Wow. That one right there. At the targets, may retrace. I wasn't kidding. Like 393. The list was long. Like I was not joshing when I said the list was 393. If you got something else to do, that's cool. I'll continue going through this. But when we open list right there, 393 tickers today. ABBV, 207, AMAT. Everything was popping pre-market. Now we're starting to give that back and rotate around. AMAT still weak. Probably going to continue weak. Target's still down here at 140. GFS, Global Foundries, popped up, hit the roadmap line. Watch for continuation lower. CAR, probably going to continue down to the roadmap line. IGV, hitting targets and maybe breakouts, possibly. 97, yeah, let's see. We got the bigger bounce. That looked like the bubble thing. Retraced it. And 95, 108 potential. Yeah, we're, erased the wrong one. Yeah, we're already at 95, 100 above that. OKE. Passing extensions, SCHW. Possibly setting up for move to 82. TDW. That looks pretty nasty. May go deeper. TTW. Oh. Take two. 160 or 176 upside if we can get above that gap, which basically puts us almost to the target. So SPMD out to extension. MTZ out to extension. EW. That may not be done on the downside. It's pretty nasty. See Chevron popping up. Downtrend highs. That's the resistance. We get above that, we could reverse the fortune. And you probably want to see it do this before you get long. I want to see that right there. NVDU. Otherwise, it may not be worth it. NVIDIA running for the target at 148. ARKK. Man, what a nasty chart. Yeah, I wouldn't chase that at all. SPG, Simon Property Group. Heading on up to 182, 192 above that. WHR. Sitting here at the roadmap line. Not great. Hood. Retrace. Yeah. Nice. Cruising on up. Looking for this 30 to 40 zone as the target. Nice retrace. FIS. Potential coming back to roadmap line. Affirm. Significant resistance to these prior highs. Right here. May retrace. Or if we can bust through, we could go on higher on up here. Apple 1 minute. IBIT. Starting to see a little bit of that churn in the market. IBIT. It's BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF. 43 on the upside. FNF. Probably going to come back to the roadmap line. BIB is a nasty chart. I would not touch that. Where's the bottom? Heck if I know. XOP. Looks like it wants to go on down. 120 area. Even though it's popped up to the roadmap line. Dell, resistance right there above us. BitB, Bitwise's Bitcoin ETF. You know, all those are popping today. ABT. Watch for the roadmap line. And we're seeing some of these ones that are showing up red in here, not getting the strength continuation. after the market's opened here. Shopify, potential come back down to the roadmap line. ERX, sideways choppy on energy. Not the thing I'm looking for bullishness. SVXY. That one's been struggling to break through the roadmap line. If we get through the roadmap line, we may go higher. All my options expired back here. Just kind of waiting for this to set up at this point. This has been a prolonged, I guess we're waiting for the election here. Prolonged chop here. XLF. Boom. Watch for the retrace. All those banks are getting extended. FLR. Can they keep being extended? Sure. This one looks extended also. That high, that low. Playing out 62, maybe the upside. BAC. Watch for 46 and 49. ABNB. I'm not sure this is going to do it. But if that was the measure bounce, you can go cruising up to 250. I have no exposure right now. FANG looks like it's going to come on down. COLB. Yeah, I got nothing on that one. Nasty chart. On Simi, looks like we're due for a flush out. Alley. Resistance at the roadmap line. Looks like it needs another flush. That's only a 3-wavy move. SVIX. Still looking pretty nasty. Resistance at the... we're going to have to get through tomorrow before any of these VIX things start moving. EXE. Lower highs. Just sideways nasty. AVGO. And we've got that 193 target on the upside we haven't hit yet. JDST. Nasty junior 2x leverage miners. XRT. Potential to go on up to 81. Potential. Let's redraw that. That high, that low. 81.50. DAL. There you go. Potential 62 on the upside. J&J. Potential to stay in the channel. We held the top of the channel. Channel is down. Be careful. Net. Probably coming back to the roadmap line. ETHT. It's an ultra leveraged ET Ethereum. Just chopping at the bottom. Hasn't been able to go higher. Hasn't gone down. PayPal. We topped out. Potentially going to get a retrace back to the roadmap line. JEF. Jefferies Financial. Watch for a retrace there. It's starting to go exponential. FTNT. Back to the roadmap line. Moat. Watch out for the retrace. FETH. Fidelity Ethereum. Just chopping here. WGMI. Kind of chopping. BN. Potentially topping out. Otis needs to hit. It hit. Let's see. That popped today, not holding. Want to see a close above that 102 area to get 107, 109. SLG. Wow, that hit the target zone. Retrace back to possibly the roadmap line, but it's getting a little more aggressive on the roadmap line, so the retrace could be higher up here and continuation higher. QCOM. Still working on breaking out here. Got this resistance line here. We're going to have to get above at 180 to set up this move up here to 300 potential. And that could take a while to get there. I mean, we could be talking 25, 26, 27. Roku. Potential measure bounce. We break above this high at 80. Potential going up here to 120 area. HUT. Nice pop. I don't like the chart at all. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Reverse split in here. Hiding right there. Not my kind of chart. BTBT, better looking chart, but not participating nearly as much today on the pop. Clean spark. And not like we were seeing some participation in Bitcoin miners early. Not getting continuation. Mora, not breaking through the roadmap line. Riots. And sitting there, not breaking out yet either. PLTR, yeah, hitting the target. Watch out for a retrace. 54, possibly 70 or 67 above that. SG. Resistance right there at sweet for sweet green. If we can push on up, 45. I don't know. That's a nasty looking chart. They can pull back pretty hard on us. And yeah. Could be 5 up and we could get a retrace there. SPYG. Playing out to the top. ELF. Elf Beauty. Hunting for the bottom here. Getting a flush. Potentially going to hit that 618. If we do, at 97, could be an opportunity to buy aggressively. But if we do break down below it, we've got this support right over here. We break down below that, we're probably coming on down further to 20. Ouch. CSX, potential to bounce here. That high, that low. Break above this 36 area, could get on up to 41. And TBT. Wow. That's a chart right there. Wow. So this high, that low, break back above this 38 area, we could get 47. All right, decliners. F for solar, getting whacked. Probably heading on down, like I've said for a while. Although, looks like it could be bottoming. Bounced right off the roadmap line. That was a lower low. That could be played out for now. We could rally back up to the roadmap line before we get the extension. But that could be done. Like that move could be done. That was lower than this move and lower than this move. That move could be done. So watch for a reversal. Break back above this high right there. Can set this up for that. That could be done. MOH. Watch out for that to flush on down. HCA. And no bottom in sight. UHS. And we may come back and test this zone right there. LNTH. Possible. Finding support at the roadmap line. Lanthus. Looks like it wants to go lower low, though. Something down a little further. And something down here. That's what that looks like. On Lanthus. THC. Potential to bounce on up to 173. EXAS. Watch out for that to break on down. It's funny. I put all these down arrows on here. 5, probably going to come on down. EMPH, almost to the target. PACS, wow. No idea how far down that one goes. RH, probably back to the bottom. GLD. Can we hold that prior consolidation and turn higher, or are we going to go for the roadmap line? That's the question right there. Can we hold that, or do we go on down here? PDD. We're pulling back. Potential to fill that gap, find support there, and turn higher. I threw that in there all the way back over here in October. I never bought long, so may wait till it breaks back higher if I'm going to trade it. I may not trade it. GDXU, it's all about where's the best bang for the buck. That one may not be it for me. GDX, 3X, GDXU, 3X leverage on miners. Dip into the lows. Can we break back higher above 54 and get up to 66, 69? Ugly is probably going for the roadmap line right there. Logi going down for that 64 area. Nail. Today's not the day to be hunting for gold trade. Nail back to the roadmap line. NXT turning down at the roadmap line. DHI. Yeah, looks like it may go lower. SAP Probably going to retrace to the roadmap line. VXX. Turn down off the roadmap line. Volatility didn't explode today. This may get a lower low if we continue to pop tomorrow after FOMC. FOMC is the big thing to wait for tomorrow. Before you, be careful. We could pull back in FOMC. If you got protection on, make sure you cover tomorrow before you liquidate all that off. BCO. That looks played out for now. Brinks maybe pulling back further than what we've got so far. We may do a bounce and further decline. SMCI, like I said, that's getting, oh man, come on, single digits. At least the tens. Get into the tens. ALB may turn down to lower low. CNC, target down there. SCAR, ZCAR. That's just a nasty chart. That's a dumpster fire. 10. Lower low. How? I said we were probably coming back to the roadmap line right there. PWR. Probably coming back to the roadmap line. SCCO. Roadmap line. Nuggets. Roadmap line. It sets this up for potential bounce. Aggressive buy. Does have a gap and a gap. The conservative buy above 54, looking for a 62. Lennar, sitting on the roadmap line. Can we get the bounce back above 182? Looking for 198. Ultra Silver got whacked. Back to the roadmap line, probably going lower. Right down there. Maybe, and if we get below that, could extend lower. DGP. That looks like it's going for roadmap line. Now, it could just bounce here and go higher. Entirely possible. JNUG. We could get a bounce here on gold, but this looks like it wants to go just a little bit lower. That's leverage on gold mine. NEE. Looking for this to hold this vicinity and turn higher again. That high, that low. Right now, at that gap fill, we have resistance to go higher right there. Good to see you, Angel on Hull. Glad to see you on the stream. And 39 upside, TMF. Ooh, broke down, watch out. This can go lower low. Caution, if we stay down here, this can go right down there. I'll draw it on here. Just watch out for that. FUTU. Right back to the roadmap line, the 618. Zeros. Watch for that to flush down. That's breaking down below the lows. UVXY. Breaking down. PHM. Sitting on the roadmap line. Wayfair. Breaking down. Wayfair has never had what I need. And potential for that to extend down to 19. TSLQ. Short Tesla. Getting wrecked. BABA. Probably coming back to the roadmap line. Yen. Probably coming back to the roadmap line. It's funny, the Yang was getting beat down and the Yen getting beat down. EDU. Probably going lower down here to the 40 area. TSM. Probably come back to the roadmap line. OSCR. Just hanging sideways. And SRTY. Ultra short Russell getting wrecked. EDV getting wrecked. Wow. That one may go down significantly here. One, two, three, and this can extend down to 59. Diego, however you say that. Diego. Almost to the target at 116. SBIT, short Bitcoin, getting wrecked. Bitcoin potentially popping. Toll Brothers, back to the roadmap line. AEM, back to the roadmap line. CWeb, back to the roadmap line. PPLT, back to, well, that got to the roadmap line. That's a choppy sideways. I would not mess with that. Platinum chart. SN, Shark Ninja, back to the roadmap line. Talked about that earlier. I guess it was last week. I bought a creamy. That thing is amazing. But, hey, Shark Ninja getting whacked a little bit. Opportunity when it fills this gap to go on up to 116, 120. The next move. WPM, back to the roadmap line. SADG. Whoo, there's the target. I'll be dang. Looking for this one to find a bottom. This went from ridiculous prices up here at 200 down to 15, like losing 90% of the value right there. Wow. The panels I was hooking up this weekend were Solar Edge panels. KOLD. They've actually rebranded them here in the US too. Different brand, so they don't, I don't know, whatever reason. KOLD, that looks like it might pop, but natural gas was popping today, so this may go back to the roadmap line. Short arc, or whatever, 2x short, yeah, 2x short, leverage short arc popping a little bit, ARKK, but this not looking so hot. TLT, that's breaking down. Watch out for this to extend down to 77. FLNC, watch out for that to extend. That's a lower trend of lower highs. SWK, we're almost done. Just a few more, just a few dozen more. SWK, potential for that to go down. Stanley Black and Decker, Dairy Queen, DAQ Energy. Back to the roadmap line. Baidu, potential to break down. AZN. Man, what a flush out there. Watch out. I don't see a bottom for right now. The target, there's no pullback. That's just a big slide. WCT, holding the roadmap line. If we can turn back higher, opportunity above $1. Looking for $1.40. I don't think that's the right WCT. Yeah, there we go. And that one has no data, so run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a potential trend down. Watch for retrace and continuation lower. GDXJ, junior miners, potential to hit the roadmap line. TLH, and lower low, potential for that to break down. That's 3 waves up, and continuation lower puts that potentially down here at 90. FCX, watch for that to break down below the roadmap line. TZA, potential for that to flush down. TCOM, potential for that to pop, but we may come back to the roadmap line. USO, potential for that to come down. CSIQ, potential for that to go lower low. That low, that high. $10. HMC, we got to go here in a minute. I've got something else I got to do. Lower low. TSLZ. Lower low. No bottom in sight. ZIM, back to the roadmap line. CPNG, back to the roadmap line. NEM, looking for this to hold the measure bounce and go higher again. DLTR, looking for that to tag the target. TTE, total energies. Wow, that's a nasty chart there, and may go on down to this zone right here. JD, probably got to come back to the roadmap line, would be my educated wild guess. Fiat, no bottom in sight. Coin option income strategy. Yield max, whew. That's like CONY. Connie getting wrecked. EWW, and finally the end of the list. EWW looks like it's getting whacked too. Mexico ETF, potential to find support in here. That's not a bullish chart, so this could go lower right there. All right, I didn't bring any bonus trades today because the list was just so long. Hope that you found this fun and entertaining. If you liked anything I said, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning. We'll do it all again. Remember, FOMC tomorrow during the day at 2 p.m. Be careful.